In October of 1960, New College was chartered. The name was a reference to the New College of Oxford. At the 1962 campus dedication, founding president George F. Bauman and other officials mixed earth from the Harvard campus with soil from the New College campus to symbolize a connection between America's oldest educational institution and the newest one. Time magazine hailed New College's 1964 opening by saying, "The atmosphere will be permissive, students are called colleagues, and rules are called expectations."
It struck me as a splendid tabula rasa. I loved the fact it was a small student body coming in of 101. I loved the fact that it was supposed to be 100 students, but the 101st student was so damn stubborn he came anyway, so they let him in.
There were no grades. Students directed their own education, and faculty were free to experiment with new styles of teaching.
It was a time where very few things were taken for granted except that excellence was to be a principal target of the college.
Every term, the student puts together a proposed contract, takes it to his or her advisor. The advisor, acting on behalf of the faculty, has the option of either approving it, modifying it, or rejecting it entirely, in which case the student has to start over.
People had contracts of living in a treehouse. People had contracts of doing a political campaign. People had contracts of all kinds of stuff.
It's a graduate school for undergraduates in the sense that you're really trying to learn how to think very critically. You're not taking tests, you're writing papers, you're having pretty deep conversations with your fellow students and with the faculty members.
It was a festive, quasi-revolutionary time.
The concept of the hippie really burst on the scene. Long hair, bare feet.
A lot of partying going on, but there was an underlying seriousness on the part of the students.
Many people criticized the college for the way the students looked.
The local people who had pledged money kind of backed off.
You can't have a quality institution that isn't radical in the sense of challenging the status quo.
When I had a call from a reporter of the St. Pete Times, says, "What are you going to do to save New College?" And I said, "Why should I save New College?" He said, "Well, it's bankrupt."
Well, the news hit us like a bomb.
The anxiety levels of everyone during those years was horrendous.
President Elmendorf, I think it was, said to the faculty, well, if we sell the motel in Bradenton this week, there will be faculty salaries next month.
In 1975, New College was on the verge of financial collapse. Then President Chris Janer and State Representative Bob Johnson engineered a merger. The formerly private New College would become part of the University of South Florida.
New College has really been created 3 times. In this initial one in the 60s, and then in the 70s, and then most recently with our independence in the state university system. So I think that persistence has been our greatest success.
Through the New College Foundation, led by 3-star General Roland V. Heiser, the college gained financial stability.
It's so funny, I see the ads on TV for University of Phoenix, and I'm thinking, well, we're the real Phoenix around here.
In 2001, New College broke free once again from the state university system, becoming a freestanding, independent college.
We bring bright people on board and then we let them loose. Now, it's a high-risk strategy, but year in, year out, it works.
What we have at New College is freedom, but it's not a freedom just to whatever the students want to do. It's predicated on hard work.
I'm not sure we teach anybody here. We find if you try to teach our students, most of the time they're ahead of you anyway and they get bored. So you kind of guide them.
The integrity of the relationship between student and teacher here is also reflected in the fact we don't give grades and have narrative evaluations instead.
More than half of our education goes on in tutorials. A tutorial, that's a one-on-one or one-on-two or one-on-three teaching thing.
The senior thesis is focused around the unique interest and eccentricities of each student.
Every student who graduates from New College must write or create a thesis, and then must defend it in a baccalaureate exam, or as students call it, a BAC.
Despite its accomplishments, New College still faces many challenges.
We have to probably raise another $60 to $100 million in our endowment in the next 10 years.
People are spending their whole time in college worrying about their GPA. I guarantee you they're worrying about the wrong things. We have nobody at New College worrying about their GPA. Just from the get-go and how we organize things, we give people a better chance of being transformed in the important sense.
We're one of the few colleges left that still has this narrative evaluation approach. It's time-consuming, but it also gets at the heart of the issue. A B is meaningless.
What New College offers each of us is the opportunity to reach inside of yourself and pull out your heart's desire for learning. When people are given that gift and set free to run after it, every experience is different, every outcome is different, and everyone becomes more themselves. There are very few places and experiences in life that can give you your highest and best self.
For 50 years, the institution has kept hold of its founding vision in the face of financial crisis, near closure, a merger, and a changing social, political, and economic climate.
There's never going to be a time where there aren't young, exciting minds of people who want to do interesting, crazy things, who take the challenge of saying you can't do that by saying I will do it. There's a lot of enthusiasm, and that is what I hope the college keeps.
I would argue, though, this notion of it being experimental, I think something that's gone as long as New College and has been as persistent and as successful, an experiment ended a long time ago, is successful.
The college succeeded. The college succeeded because there was tremendous energy. The college succeeded because people fought long odds pretty consistently. The college succeeded because of enormous coincidences that just fell into the lap of who was here at the time to have a lap to fall into. It's the fountain of youth. Ponce de Leon came to Sarasota.